Hey guys, it's Jenny. Welcome back to the Bookworms Buddy. It is time for Thriller Thursday. So you guys might be shocked by the book that I chose to talk about this week. Maybe... Yes, I want to talk about Chris Carter's One by One. This is book number 5 in the Robert Hunter thriller series, and this has by far been my favorite one. I can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop talking about it. And all I can say is I look forward to the next one in the series, which will probably be a couple weeks from now because I've got a buddy read that started today, and then I've got to finish the Red Queen series. So, in this book, we are following Robert Hunter. He is our detective. He is actually a criminal behavioral psychologist, and he kind of turned detective for the LAPD. So he's very good at reading people. And he is approached through way of a phone call by our current serial killer. And he tells Robert Hunter, you can help me. You can choose the path we take on the death of my current victim. And so he gives Robert Hunter two choices, two different ways that this guy or this victim could be killed. And of course, Robert Hunter doesn't want to give him the his choice, because Robert Hunter would rather save the victim than, you know, have the victim die. So he is directed to a IP address, and there on the screen is the victim, and the choices are fire or drowning. And Robert Hunter has to figure out what is the best choice, what can I do, can I stop this, and you know, all the stuff that goes through your mind, you know, if you would be in this situation. This serial killer is smart, very smart. He can outwit the police department. He can probably outwit the FBI. He's just very smart, and he always seems to be a step ahead of the LAPD and Robert Hunter. That is all I'm going to tell you about this story, because I could go on and on and on about talking about the story, and I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to ruin it for any of those of you out there that would like to read this series. One of the biggest things that I like about Chris Carter's writing is the fluidity of his writing. And I know I say that about a lot of books, but I feel like the flow of a book is one of the most important parts of a book. You want that book to flow so people don't get bored. And I don't ever get bored reading anything by Chris Carter, because he's got it down. He knows the flow. And that is just one of my favorite parts of Chris Carter's writing, is how he keeps it going. Like, you don't have to sit there and read through like 2 or 3 pages of the same thing describing a situation, or, you know, a plot, or any of that, or a place. You know, you're going, you know, because you got to have it. Just, you know, you don't want to be bored. So I really, really love the fluidity of his writing. Not just this book, and any of them. All of them just have that where it's constantly just, it's moving, and you can't help but enjoy that part. Another thing that I really, really like, it's hard to put these in any kind of order, but let's talk about the character first. Robert Hunter, and then, you know, we got his partner Garcia, which I like both of them. They're both fantastic. But, you know, our main focus in this series is Robert Hunter. It's called the Robert Hunter Thriller series. But Robert Hunter isn't a god. He's not one of these that you get in your everyday romance. He's not a god. You know, he is attractive from what I get. And he does turn ahead here and there. but he is flawed. He does have his own issues. He just doesn't let those issues define who he is as a detective. But I love so far seeing how he's grown from the first book. And I just, you know, I want him in my corner. He gives you that kind of feeling. You want him to be in your corner because you want him fighting for you. The next thing I have to say is the plots. The plots of these books, you guys, I can't say enough about the plots. I just, you know, I talk about how when you're reading a book and you're talking about specific things going on or specific issues, you need to have that little bit of realism. It's got to be in there. You have to have it, you know, unless you're reading a fantasy. If you're reading a fantasy, you don't have to have that realism, you know. But when you're reading a book that affects society and there's some real issues going on, real things going on, you want to have some realism. And you definitely get that in any of these books. And they're so thought-provoking. Like, I just, for days after I finish this book, I'm just thinking about, you know, okay, from what I told you, okay, about what this book is about, imagine if you made a video, okay, of someone that you're going to murder, which is what you read in the first part of this book. You could imagine what would happen if that was exposed. So yes, this was my favorite book. If you like thrillers, this is a little on the darker side. Chris Carter writes a little bit on the darker side of thriller, but I love that. So it's all right down to the nitty gritty. You know, nothing is spared. You know everything that's going on. Okay, nothing is sugar coated. So it is a little bit on the darker side. And there were parts in here where I wanted to cover my eyes or plug my ears like I was watching a movie. And you get it all. It's bared out there. There's no holds barred. You read whatever this is about, you're reading about all of it. Nothing is sugar coated. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, this is a great thriller series. And like I said, I can't wait to get to pick up book 6. And I know Genesis just came out, and that's the one I don't have, so I'm sure I'll be getting that one soon too. I want to get this whole series read this year. I'm trying to pace myself and not read it so fast, but I think I've already read 2 or 3 of these this year alone. So, yeah, I want to maybe slow down just a little bit. I want it to last because I know I'm going to be sad when the series is over. If it ends, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to end, but you guys got to pick this up. I'm imploring you to pick this up. Just like I said in my Tackle My TBR video, I know I rambled onto this like I am right now. But, yes, One by One by Chris Carter. This is a 5-star read. Pick up the series. It starts with the Crucifix Killer. Check out the first book and see if you like the series. Or just pick up this one because they're standalones, but you just don't learn as much about your detective if you do it that way. So I would advise to start from the first book. So you're learning a little bit more about Robert Hunter. But fantastic, you guys. And I am a huge thriller reader. This is right up there with Joe Ledger, guys. Right up there with Joe Ledger. So, yeah, check it out. Check it out. But that's all I got for you guys today. If you've read this book or any of the Robert Hunter thriller series, let me know down in the comments below, and we can maybe have a little bit of a discussion about Robert Hunter and Chris Carter's writing or whatever. But it's fantastic. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.